G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So we're into autumn now. In fact, we're almost at the end of autumn, and by jingo I tell you, you'd never know it. Today's temperature, for example, was 27 degrees. So we're starting to wonder over here whether we're actually going to get a winter at all. So you can see around that Hugel Coulter swale that I put in there, you can see I've planted some little grassy material which I thought might look cute. I've got a few different sorts. They're non-productive in terms of edible, but they're kind of cute. A few of them flower. That's our little lime tree there. He's doing alright. Over in the back, I'll just show you. I don't know whether we'll see that stick that you can see sticking out of the ground there. That's a dwarf mulberry. Now you can see there's not a leaf on it, and I suspect it's dying, although last time I got up there it did have a few little buds, and maybe it just didn't like the transplant, not sure. Anyway, so that's our ever non-productive building site garden, August 2014. Got a little native there, you can see he's going great guns, but anyway. Just on the way to the Japanese garden. Of course we walk past the kitchen. There's a few things on the go in the kitchen today, folks. That book there is my cheese making recipe book. There's my cheese making kit, and oh sure, we'll come back to that. And over here we have cheese that's just sitting and splitting as we speak, so the curd's separating from the whey. It's a glasshouse blue. And over here, this big box, ever inspired by my mushroom Lee experiments. That's coconut coir in there, sitting in boiling water. I'm going to have a crack at something new. Let me give you a look. Oh, more of those marvellous mushrooms. This one's a golden oyster. So I'll do a video on that and we'll see how that unfolds eventually, eh? But yeah, never a dull moment here at the manor. Laundry, we've got a big still going there, and that's pumping out. That clear liquid is about 92% proof alcohol, so it's not something that I would recommend anyone drink, quite frankly. Here we are, of course, in the Japanese garden. Rosie's still got the most beautiful orchids in the history of man. Actually, I've got some in the bathroom. She's put them inside for a little while. I'll have to show you them. This little guy's a Kefir lime. He does actually have some fruit on him down there, but you don't eat the fruit. You can zest them. The thing you mainly harvest these guys for is the leaves, and the limes themselves don't have a whole lot of juice in them. It's a little magnolia. He's done quite well. He's only been in about 2 years, more than doubled his height. There's our bromeliads at the bottom down there. All the volunteer ferns along there. I'm talking about bromeliads. We are getting some quite nice bromeliad flowers here and out the front. You know, they're pretty. There you go, have a look at that, eh? That's that orchid spray I was telling you about. Absolutely magnificent. Beautiful flowers. She does a sterling job, my Rosie. So here we are in the big girl's yard. I don't have the big girls anymore, unfortunately. Break your heart, but anyway, that's life, I guess. That's a little mandarin. He's not doing very much, that mandarin. There's a little bean that's just about spent. Down the bottom there, he's got 1 or 2 beans still worth picking. Marigolds are done the dash, just mostly. I've been pulling the spent flowers off and throwing the seeds in, hoping eventually I'll get another crop. There's a little spud down there. There's my grape. He's only new, he went in this year, so don't expect much from him. Oh, there's the next one on this seat. Most of you know that's those bench seats I made. There's Rosie yelling at me to keep the doors closed, serves her right. She hates being on video and she just got sprung. That's a lemonade tree. I got 3 lemonades off that, and I have to say they are absolutely divine. Fantastic, really liked them. I recommend the lemonade tree. I'd never even tried them. Behind it on that trellis is a loganberry. Right, tucked down in the front here, here's a funny little multicoloured capsicum. I got a few on him. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little green one there. Yeah, you can see it. He's going quite nicely. He's only tiny yet. Over here, just back up quickly, Andy. That's another lime. He's doing alright. Yeah, doing pretty well actually. And beside him, not going quite so great guns, is a fig. I think, you know, most of this stuff's confused witless, quite frankly. It's supposed to be almost winter and it's hot as Hades. Huh, go figure. Here's the wicking bed. That's a little blood orange in the corner. He's going okay. And you can see that's all full of cauliflowers, which look like that, and turnips, which look like that. So I'm hoping I get quite a good crop out of that. I tell you what I am disappointed with, is the poor old snow peas. And there's him in the back there. There's a row of them. I reckon it's just too hot. The poor buggers are just not coping with it. So they've croaked over, and hopefully come a bit more midwinter I'll plant some more and we might get a crop. Down on the ground there, that's Rosie, and my Rosie, she's been planting cress for the chooks. Look at her. Go Rosie, you're doing a bang up job there, darling. Talking about the chooks, she's put a new little table and chairs out here so she can sit and watch the magnificence that is Palazzo de Poulet. We had that golden pender tree was flowering. It's mostly done now, but gee, it was magnificent when it was in full flower. You see the girls down the bottom there. 3 little ISA browns, Ruby, Coral and Pearl. That's Ruby in the front and Coral behind her. A few little cute additions. We've got that lantern on the front there. Rossie's painted it up, looks a treat. And there's our little solar porch light. People keep saying, why do chooks need a solar porch light? Well, they bloody don't, you dills. It's just for decoration. Cracks me up. Alright, right beside Palazzo de Poulet, we have, of course, the aquaponics. I took this, you can see, I had to take the shade cloth off because everything was going real leggy. And holy mackerel, she's booming now, folks. Just let me squeeze past this giant tomato. Bloody Nora. You can see the spinach is booming down the end there. I've got some shallots, or spring onions, whatever you want to call them, in there. The new lettuces are springing up quite nicely. I've never seen a more leafy, good looking strawberry in my entire life. You can probably see there's a few little chilies in there. That's an eggplant there. So yeah, I think it's going great gun. There's a few capsicums that they're not doing, oops, sorry about that. They're not doing an awful lot. They're only little yet, we'll give them a go. And then over on the other side on my little beds, give you a bit of perv on the little beds, eh? They're those drain pipes. I've pulled the stones out of 2 of them and replaced them with the clay balls. Absolutely recommend it. Don't be mucking around with the stones. It's far too much trouble to dig in. They're bloody heavy, you can't lift them up. This lot, the stones survived because I've got a humongous crop of chives, the bloody biggest chives I've ever seen, holy hell. There's a couple of lettuces and a bit of rocket in there. It's all going good. I had a massive couple of tomatoes over here. They've been replaced now. Gee, they produce some fruit, I tell you. Whew, fantastic. There's my crack key. I'm still playing with that, and I actually think I got it coming all right. What I have to do is top it up on a fairly regular basis. Say every week I check it. And that seems to have turned the corner. You can see the tomatoes, well, you would be able to. The tomatoes are going pretty well. That's bok choy. He was one of the original ones in there. I don't know why I've left him, don't ask me. A weak moment. There's some new little Tommy tomatoes that I've grown in there. Rosie's got one of her flowering plants snuck in there too, thinking I wouldn't notice. There's a little tiny weenie tomato. There's compost corner. You can see it's going alright. We've put some arty-farty stuff up there. I like it actually, to be honest, I really like it. You see the little compost corner sign's not wearing too well, but that's okay. Right beside me here is the worm farm. I'll see if I can get in I'll see if I can get in a position where you can actually see that a bit better, eh? It's got the hose behind it there, look at that. That's me worm farm. I'll pause the video, I might have a dig around actually before I do that. There's me compost tea. You can hear the aerator bubbling away in there. Oh, look at that magnificent, disgusting brew. I'll take the top off the worm farm and we'll give you a little bit of a look. Alright, so there it is. Let's have a bit of a dig, shall we? Holy guacamole, look, I've barely disturbed the, holy hell, I barely disturbed the soil, and have a look at it. So, in Andy's humble view, sorry guys, I'll try and cover his back up as quick as I can. In my humble view, that's going pretty damn well. And there's a little tap on the bottom that I used to get the worm juice out of. And there's the container that I put the worm juice in. So just a quick swing around the big girl's yard so you kind of get an idea of how this all works. There we go. And compost corner's hidden over there. I've got a bit of a build-up of building materials there. I'll have to get rid of that crap sometime. I'm in the little dog's yard. I'm having to go backwards this time, so heading down into the alfresco area rather than the way I normally come, which is the opposite way. That's because the sun's right in my face. There's my compost bin. It's 2 out of 3. That's gas bottles for the house behind. Compost bins. Bag of leaves I keep here for the compost. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that magnificent compost. There's my water tanks. Bloody hell. And hidden under here is actually where I keep the mushroom farm. Crikey, there's the pawpaws. Getting quite a crop of pawpaws, Rosie bloody pawpaws. Oh, that was, I think, a passion fruit. Tried to scon me. Alright, there's, speak of the devil, there's a passion fruit vine. There's the passion fruit vine again, all over my poor old gooseberry bush, which is actually, believe it or not, managing to survive. There's the proof of the pudding right down here. Look at that, folks. I've got gooseberries. Rosie's been getting a few. It's great. There's that bell chili. It's survived, thank God. Passion fruit. Bloody ball. Anyway, there's the other little Thai chili. I think here's the 3-colour version, that bloke. It's very interesting. Here's an edible one. There's the lemongrass going great guns. Rosemary going great guns. Parsley, it's going alright, it's coming back. Rosie's planted a bit of stuff. I've put in some coriander. I tailed it, so I chopped the bottoms off when I bought it. Ate the top and I planted the bottoms, and hopefully it'll grow. I'm not really entirely sure what that is. Rosie bought that and put it in. Looks like some sort of brassica. Sweet potato in there. Bloody pumpkin. Rosie's put a pumpkin in. I wouldn't normally have put it in this side, but not to worry. It's actually doing alright, so I can't be too critical of Rosie when she's producing this kind of a result, can I? That would be, I want to use a good word here, you ready? That'll be churlish if I did that. Good one, Andy. There's my lavender. There's a salvia. Salvia's bird attractant. There's the sweet potato vine. And if you didn't know, yeah, sweet potato flowers. I've actually had a couple of good harvests. Oh, there's an open one. Look at that. I've had a couple of good harvests of sweet potato in the last couple of days. So that's going great. They grew from top and tails. Don't know if you remember that. I was talking about that at one stage. Got a ton of tomatoes come up in here. It's great. That's a sage. Rosie's got some, I don't know what they are, petunias or something. There, look, there they are. You can see them there. They're quite pretty on that. There's a bloody passion fruit behind it again. She's doing great guns. This is Rosie's claimed this side now. That was my dragon fruit pot. I got that from Elaine. Thanks, Elaine. And gee, she's going good with the tomatoes, my Rosie, isn't she? She's put me to shame. That's my ginger. We've had a bit of a harvest out of the ginger. Got a couple of good knobs out of that. What have we got down here? The little lemon. Lots of lemon. That's Thai basil. This is the other side of the yard. The snow peas are doing a little bit, well, quite a lot better really, but not really still very good, you can tell. That's a dill down there. Thai basil I told you about. I don't know what that is. Oregano or something, I think. Thyme, one of them. Little tomato in the back there. That's a basil. I know that one because I bloody put it in. There's some carrots down there that are barely starting to spring up. There they are. And basil. I threw some basil seeds off the plant beside it in. Now have a look at this. This is my garden arch. It's covered. Oh, my dream was to cover it in bloody grape, and Rosie's covered it in passion fruit. And I still can't be critical because the damn thing's producing so well. beside it here we've got that sweet leaf. I found out sweet leaf and batel are two different things. Thanks for telling me that, Lissa. So this is sweet leaf, and I've used it in pesto and it is quite good. That's a lily pilly, you can eat the berries on them. This is mostly pretty stuff out here now. There's a hibiscus, a couple of more broms. They're really going well out here, they love it out here. A couple of different sorts. That's a night jasmine, that big thing there. Beautiful smell, I tell you what. We've got a volunteer kumquat down there. The bougainvillea is doing quite well. Getting a bit of a second flush of fruit on the bougainvillea, on the kumquats, which is good. I'm hoping to get enough to make some more kumquat cello. More azaleas out the front here. That little one over in the corner there, gee, he's pretty. Very pretty. Have a look at him. Oh. That's a building site in the background. There's the Barbie. That's quite nice. Rosie's pulled the palm out of there. I don't know if you remember that. She's put a couple of ornamentals in. Looks quite nice through the glass. We've got a big glass window on that side too. Hang on, I'll go around this post. It runs right the way down the hallway, so as you come up and down there, it's quite a pretty little site. There's the smoker and another charcoal Barbie if I ever need to use it. There's a little dog's house that's still out here in case Bobby wants to ever use it. There's a bed there as well, some water. Yeah, of course I've lost both the little dogs now too, so tragedy struck McDowall Manor there at one stage. Couldn't pull a trick, lost 4 dogs in 18 months. God almighty. All from old age, I'm proud to report. They had good long lives, and I guess that's all you can ask for with an animal, isn't it? So there's a bit more of that. I was just going back in the house, up the little dog's side, and realised I probably didn't show you table for 2. It's looking cute. I varnished it up a little while ago. There you go. Aussie's pot of mint while I'm back up. The little dog's in the yard. Holy bloody hell, it's going good. Now the shame about that is I can't grow mint to save my life. Look at her. She's booming along. Damn that Rosie. I've got to get some tips off her. Okay, Bobby. Twirl. Good boy. And again, twirl. Good boy. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Yeah, I know, you want your treat. Sit. There's your treat. Oh, he's begging up. He's begging up. What a good boy. Oh, he's clever, Bobby. That's it. Good man. Good man. Around again. Good man, Bobby. Yay, Bobby. Where's the other bit? God, you're hard to photograph, I tell you. Beg up. Oh, perfect. Begging up, boy. Good boy, Bob.